Awesome. Thank
Right.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello. Good morning. Welcome to our Saturday morning yoga flow. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We're just going to be going into like a basic vinyasa flow, hopefully balanced between strengthening and stretching. Feel free to take any modifications throughout the practice, whether you want to just take it a little bit more easy or even add some more advanced postures. It's your practice. Completely make it what you would like. So we're going to go ahead and get started in a thunderbolt position on the back of our mat, just sitting on our heels. Coming to find our center here, taking a nice deep inhale and slow exhale out. Feeling yourself relax and ground. Maybe allowing the eyes to soften or even close. We're going to start with a little 3-part breath, our yogic breath. Starting with a deep inhale into the belly, bringing that air up into the ribs and into the chest before exhaling from the chest, from the ribs, and from the belly. If you'd like, you could place one hand on your belly, one hand over your chest, just to help you feel this breath as you go, feeling your hand rise as you inhale, feel belly, ribs, and chest. And feel your chest fall as you release the exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Just a few of these breaths here, allowing your inhalations to be nice and deep, and your exhalations to be full and slow. This is a breath where we're trying to breathe with our diaphragm instead of so much of our chest. A really healthy way to breathe. Just really allow the stomach to puff out and be nice and big here. On your last breath, exhale there, you can release the hands. We're just going to gently allow the body to fold over our knees, maybe keeping your arms by your side or stretching them out in front of you in a child's pose. Taking a deep inhale, filling the back of the rib cage. And exhale. Inhaling, we're going to round our spine all the way back up into a seated position. Inhaling, reaching arms all the way overhead. On the exhale, our hips are just going to gently drop to the right as the left hand reaches down to the ground and right hand reaches overhead. Gazing up, trying to stack those shoulders. Breathing into the side body here. We're going to inhale, come back through center with the hips. We're going to release that right hand over our head as our head comes through center. Gently bringing that right hand over the left ear. We're going to pull gently on the neck, opening the left side. Inhaling, we're going to come back through center with the head, keeping that right arm right behind you. We're going to take a shoulder stretch here, just bending the elbow behind the head, and then taking that left hand to the right elbow. So we're in a little bit of a cow face arms here. Just inhaling, opening the chest, and exhale, release. From here, our hips are going to drop to the left, and we're going to, well, you might want to inhale, reach the arms up. Then we'll exhale, drop the hips to the left, right hand plants, left arm goes overhead. Gaze up. Inhaling, we're going to come back through center with the hips. The left hand is gonna fall over the head, and we're just gonna gently pull that ear in the opposite direction to the left. Coming back up with the head, keeping that left elbow where it's at. We're just gonna let the hand fall to the center, middle, upper back there, and take our cow face arm, just gently pulling that left elbow down. Inhale, open the chest even more. And exhale, release. We're gonna come up into our toe stretch. So just lift your hips, tuck the back toes, and sitting on your heels here, allowing the feet to open. We're gonna roll the wrists down. If you'd like, you can add some finger motion, just getting into those fingers. Taking that left hip palm right in front of you, we're gonna pull the fingertips back towards ourselves. Pointing the fingertips down, again, pull the fingertips back towards yourself. Right hand comes in front of you. We take those fingertips, just gently pull them back. The hand is going to point down now. And again, we just take those fingertips back towards ourselves. Just join this in a nice, gentle wrist stretch here. Releasing the hand, we're going to come up onto our knees. Our left hand is going to find this left heel. And we're going to inhale, reach the right arm overhead, kind of push the hips forward, open the chest to a half camel. Inhaling back up. And then we take it to the other side. The right hand finds the right heel, and we inhale, open the chest, reach the arm back. And inhale, coming back through center. From here, we're going to step the right foot forward. Inhale, reach it high into a low lunge. The left hand is going to plant here, and we're going to sweep this right arm to the left. Coming through center, we're going to plant the right hand outside of the right leg and sweep this left hand to the right. Coming back through center now, we're going to gently push our hips back, straighten through this front knee into a little half split, kind of stack our hips here. Feel free to come up high. Feel free to take it low. Maybe even bend the knee gently and straighten. It's a little tight here for you. We're just going to take a nice deep inhale, trying to lengthen through the head. And exhaling, just trying to let that chest release over the leg. Relaxing through the muscle, the hamstring. And then we're going to inhale, come forward into our lunge and step it back into our knee stance here. Stepping the left foot forward, we sink the hips low, inhale, reach it high into our low lunge. Left hand plants, and we sweep the right arm around to the left. Sweeping back over, left hand plants outside left leg, and we sweep this right arm over. Coming back through center, we're just going to gently inhale and exhale, push back the hips. Straighten through the front leg there, the left leg, flex the toes for a little deeper stretch. Add some movement with that knee, just some little micro bends and straightens if you like. Then we're going to inhale, extend straight through the spine, and exhale, fold over the leg. Relax. Then inhale, coming back up. You can just step back into your lunge or just find your way back into your kneeling position here. We're just going to allow the hands to plant right in front of us into a tabletop position, knees stacked under the hips. We're going to inhale, open the chest, pull the tummy down, and lift the gaze up. On the exhale, we'll flex the back toes, tuck the pelvis, round the spine, bringing the chin towards the chest. Our cat-cows here, take it with your own breath, inhaling, opening, exhaling, rounding. Just really engaging through the whole spine here. Inhale, open into our cow. Exhale, release the spine, curve it out with the cat. Coming back through center here, we're just going to inhale, lift the right leg, bending that knee. We're going to draw some circles. Switching directions. And then extending that right knee out straight. We're just gonna lower the chest to the ground, lift that right leg if you can, maybe even bend that left knee, and then push it back up into tabletop, releasing the knee down. Taking it to the other side, just lift up that right knee, start drawing some circles. Switching directions. And then extending that left knee out straight. We're just gonna bend the elbows into the side, lower our chest and chin down to the mat, lifting that left leg up. And then push it back to our tabletop, releasing the knee down. From here, we're gonna walk the hands forward, the hands and chest, and then exhale, lower chest and chin to the ground in our 8-limb pose. On the inhale, we'll pull the body forward. We're gonna plant our forearms right on the ground and open the chest here into a sphinx. Keeping this right forearm planted, we're gonna bend the left knee and try to grab that foot. We're taking a half frog here, so we're gonna push this foot down outside of our hip, really getting into the quad muscle, trying to, just push it down as much as you can, no worries. Then we're gonna inhale, kick that foot back into the hands, into a little half boat here. Exhale, release the knee down, and take this right arm that's bent in our sphinx. We're gonna take it right outside next to us. So the elbows in line with the shoulder, the elbows in 90 degrees, at a 90-degree bend. And we're just gonna gently push our left hip to stack on top of our right. Trying to get into that shoulder there. You can even take this top leg and kind of reach it back over. We're gonna inhale, let this left top knee come right next to us, bent. And then we're gonna take the right arm that's bent, stretching, we're gonna take it under our body into the other side. As we exhale, peel open into a twist with the left arm. Taking a spinal twist here, trying to release both shoulder blades onto the ground. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can bend that bottom right leg and see if you can grab the right leg with the left hand, kicking that foot into the hand just to open the chest a little bit more in this twist. Making sure to bring your gaze over to the left, breathing deep into the belly, and exhale. We're gonna straighten through that bottom leg if you have it grabbed. We're gonna leave this top left knee bent as we turn back over onto our belly. And then we're gonna plant our hands and inhale, lift the chest into this half frog cobra. Exhale, release the chest down and bring that left leg back to center. We're gonna take it to the other side, so coming onto our forearms and our sphinx. We're gonna leave the left forearm planted as we grab the right toes and press them down to our outer hip. We're gonna inhale, press that foot back into the hands as we try to lift that leg up. Exhale, releasing it down. The left hand now is gonna come right beside you, 90 degrees. And then we're just gonna gently roll our right hip on top of our left. Maybe even kind of use that top leg to twist even more here. Perfect. Bringing that right knee so it's coming beside you in line with your hip. We're going to take this left arm under our body to the other side and then peel open with the right hand. Gazing to the right. And again, if you want to take it a little bit deeper, you take that bottom right leg, bend it, and try to grab it with your right hand. Opening. Exhale, we're going to release. Straightening that bottom leg, keeping that right knee bent beside you. We'll roll back over onto our belly, plant our hands and inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, releasing it down. We're going to come through center with the legs, planting those hands right under our shoulders. We're going to come up into a cobra. So engage strong through those glutes. Squeeze the shoulder blades, allow them to fall away from the ears. Inhale, opening the chest. Taking a deep breath here, really stretching out the abdomen. And then from here, we're going to tuck the back toes and lift the hips, pushing them back into our downward facing dog. Feel free to add a little movement here, pedaling the feet. Maybe you like to spread the feet wide and sway your hips side to side. Whatever feels good for you here, we're just going to eventually come through center and start to take some spinal waves, inhaling, rounding the spine into plank. Exhale, lifting the hips, coming back into down dog. Inhale, rolling into plank. Exhale, lift the hips back into down dog. One more time, we roll into plank. Exhale, lift the hips back. Taking a deep cleansing breath here, fill the belly with air. And exhale, let it all go. Lifting those hips high. We're going to lift the heels and just walk our feet all the way to our hands, keeping our feet hip distance here and generously bending the knees. We're going to fold into a dangling pose. And adding some movement, we'll inhale, halfway lengthen. Pivot the feet out to point out as well, so just a little bit wider, pointing out. We're going to lower the hips down into a squat. Push those elbows away, sit nice and tall. And then we're inhale, lift the hips. Pivot the feet to face forward once again, hip distance, and then we'll exhale, release into our dangling. Allowing the knees to be bent here. Inhaling, lift. Pivoting the feet to point outwards, we'll lower the hips down. Inhale, pushing the knees away, sitting tall. And then exhale, we'll release the hands, push up with the hips. We're coming back to our dangling. We're just going to hold it here a little bit longer. So bending the knees, allowing the head to be really heavy here. Maybe even shaking the head, yes. Shaking the head, no. If you want to grab opposite elbows, do a little sway side to side. Releasing the hands here, inhale. Then we're going to pivot the toes once again to open wider and point outwards as we sit the hip down one more time into a squat. Maybe adding a little movement into the hips if you'd like. Then we're going to inhale, release the hands, lift the hips. We're coming back into our dangling, but we're going to make it a little bit of a forward fold, seeing if you can straighten the legs a little bit more. We'll inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold, and then inhale, round through the spine, all the way up to standing, reaching arms overhead. Exhale, release arms. Perfect. We're going to do a little bit of a hatha salutation, a variation of it, just to warm up the body a bit more. So we're going to start at the top of the mat. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Stepping the right foot back, drop the back knee. Inhale, reach it up into a low lunge. Exhale, we plant the hands, tuck the back toes, lift off the back knee. We're going to step right back into our down dog, keeping that left leg bent and lifted. We're going to extend this left leg all the way up into a three-legged dog. Exhale, release the left leg down. We're going to step the right foot forward, release the knee. Inhale, reach it up into a low lunge. Exhale, down, step that left foot forward and into your forward fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. So just really trying to connect with your breath, staying internal with your awareness. We're going to inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, left foot steps back. We drop the back knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, planting the hands. We're going to pick up and push back to our down dog, keeping that right leg lifted and bent, and then extending it all the way up into our three-legged. Exhale, releasing the right leg down. We're going to step the left foot forward and inhale, reach it up high into our low lunge. Exhale, release the hand, step the back foot forward, releasing into a forward fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing, arms overhead. And exhale, release it down. Just finding our center here for a moment, feeling evenly planted feet. Your pelvis is tucked, your shoulders are nice and back and away from the ears. We're going to inhale, shift our weight onto our left foot, bringing our, we're going to do our right foot first, just because I'm facing that way. We're going to inhale, reach for our left knee here, bringing that left knee up. Just roll the ankle. Switch in directions. And then whenever you're ready, getting your balance ready here, really feeling strong through that standing leg, we're going to gently push this left foot all the way back behind us. So we're coming into a warrior one, warrior three. Squaring the hips down to the ground, coming parallel to the mat. Holding here. And then we're just going to gently stand up, release this back left foot behind you, pointing it 45 degrees. Not too far. We don't want a wide stance. We want more of a shorter stance here. We're going to take our pyramid. So several options with your hands. You can keep them on your hips. You can grab opposite elbows behind the back, or even do a little prayer in the behind your back. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, we're going to take a forward fold over the straightened leg. Inhaling back up. We're going to release our arms here, spreading them out like a T. And here we're going to inhale. And on the exhale, the left hand is going to reach for the outside of the right leg in a reverse triangle. If you can, gaze up. Trying to straighten through both knees here. We'll exhale, release the right hand down, framing the foot. We're going to pivot the back foot. So now that the side of the foot is parallel to the back of the mat, the toes are pointing towards the long side. We're going to take the right hand on the right leg or inside the right leg and reach the left fingertips up into a Trikonasana. If you need to, you might need to lift the body a bit here to get proper alignment with shoulders stacked, hips stacked. Inhaling, really reaching long through the side body. We'll inhale and then exhale, fold the body forward into a wide-legged forward fold. We're going to take our heels and kind of push them out so that our toes are pigeon towards each other. And we'll exhale, release. Feel free to add some movement here if it's a little tight. Coming up and releasing down. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the body all the way up to standing. Now point the toes outwards as we inhale, reach our arms up. On the exhale, we're going to bend knees, coming down into a yogic squat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, down into a squat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, down into a squat. Holding this here. If you'd like to do a little shoulder dip, feel free. We're going to inhale, push the body back up. We're going to pivot the back toes to point, torso alongside. Pivot the front toes to point forward. We're going to bend 90 degrees into that front knee, taking our arms into a warrior two, gazing over the middle finger. The shoulders are falling away from the ears and the pelvis is tucked. Inhale, we reach it back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, the right forearm falls onto the right knee as we reach the left arm overhead into a side angle. Gaze up here. If you'd like to lower the left hand, the right hand all the way inside of that right knee, you can. Perfect. From here, we're going to exhale, pivot. The left hand is going to drop to the ground and we're going to come into a lizard pose. So both hands are inside of the right foot. We're going to heel toe the right foot all the way to the edge. If you'd like, you can keep the knee lifted. If you like, you can push gently this front knee away, rolling onto the outer right edge of that right foot. Perfect. Just taking a nice deep lizard here. You can lower the chest. Or you can also take a twist by bending the back leg, twisting and reaching the right arm for the left foot. Take whatever variation feels best for you. We're going to exhale, release the foot here, come back through center. We're going to turn our hips so that this right knee is in front of us. You might have to readjust the foot. I'm going to turn here so you can just see what I did. Turn the hips all the way to the right. This right foot is in front of us. You might need to inch it back a little bit. From here, we're going to inhale, reach the hips up. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, release the hips up. We're going to hold it strong here. We're going to take this front leg, bring it back outside the other leg. And inhale, lift the hips, reach the arm into our wild thing. Exhale, we'll bring our body not to lift anymore. We're coming kind of into a side plank, taking that top leg and bending it, returning both hands to the ground here. We'll hug this knee in and place it right in front of us into our pigeon pose. I'm going to turn back. So we're coming into pigeon, trying to really focus on squaring both hips to the ground. If you want to feel a little deeper sensation, think about pushing this right foot, this front foot away from you. We're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine. If you already feel sensation here, just stay and breathe. If you'd like to lower the chest all the way down, you can join me. Taking a nice deep inhale. We're just going to take a few breaths here. Cueing the body to relax by deepening the breath. On the next inhale, we're going to inhale, reach up, keeping these hands plant and this right foot where it's at, tucking the back toes. We're going to lift the hips straight in through the front knee. So this front leg is crossing across your body. Okay, then from here, we're just going to step this right foot back into our down dog. Taking a flow here, we'll inhale, round into plank. Exhale, tuck those elbows in as we lower to the ground, maybe even plant the knees. We'll inhale, lift, and open with the chest into an upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale, release it back, downward facing dog. Taking a cleansing breath. And then inhaling, lifting the heels, bending the knees, stepping or doing a little hop to the top of the mat where we release into a forward fold. Inhaling all the way up to standing arms overhead. Exhale, release the hands. From here, we shift our weight onto our right foot. We're going to pick We're going to shift our weight onto our left foot, picking our right knee up, and just roll the right ankle out. Switching directions. From here, getting really strong on that left leg, we're going to push the right leg all the way back, straightening it into our warrior three. Trying to keep the hips square and legs straight. From here, we're just going to gently lift and drop this back foot behind us, pointing it out 45 degrees. Keeping your hands on your hips or behind your back, we're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release into a pyramid fold here. Think about really squaring the hips so the right hip pushes forward, the left hip pushes back. Inhale, we come back up. We're going to release our arms into a T, inhaling again. Exhaling, right hand is going to reach outside of this left foot. And we're going to try to gaze up. Just do the best you can. It's a pretty challenging posture. Inhale, we're going to release the left hand down. Pivot the back toes so they face towards the point towards the long side of the mat. And then we're just going to place this left hand inside of the left foot as we reach the right arm up to the sky. Usually I have to kind of do an extra little come up and down here just to get my proper triangle alignment where our hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. So we're in triangle here. And then we're just going to exhale, release the body, turn the front toes so they're facing towards the long side of the mat. Push those heels out and release into a forward, wide-legged forward fold. Turn to face you. We're going to just take a few deep breaths. If you'd like to add a little movement again, feel free. Once again, we're going to inhale, come all the way up to standing. Now we point the toes out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squat down into goddess. Inhale, we reach up high. Exhale, squat down into goddess. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, take a squat. One more time, we're going to hold here. Some variations, you can do little body rolls, you can do shoulder dips again, or you can even lift the heels. Exhale, we release. We're going to stand back up, point. I'm going to come back. Point the front toes forward. The back toes are going to point to the long side of the mat, parallel to the back of the mat here. We're going to bend the front knee, coming down into our warrior two. Tuck in the pelvis so shoulders are away from the ears. Breathing. Getting low with that front knee. Inhale, we're going to reach the right, left hand overhead, peaceful warrior. Exhale, this left forearm comes onto the left knee. So we reach the right hand overhead. We're in a side angle. Try to gaze up here if you can. Or maybe you can even drop the left hand all the way down to the ground for a deeper stretch. Releasing this right hand down, pivoting the back toes. We're coming into our lizard, so heel toe that left foot to the edge. Take your variation. I'm going to drop my knee. And I'm just going to gently push this knee away, rolling it onto the left side of the foot. Do whatever you'd like here. You can stay lifted or you can lower. We could also take a little twist again, bending the back foot, twisting and reaching, pulling it in towards you. Perfect. Releasing that left foot, that back foot, if you have it grabbed. We're just going to, from here, turn towards the bent left knee. Readjust this left foot so it's kind of more comfortably grounded in front of you. We're going to inhale, lift the hips, reach the left arm. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach it up. From here, we're going to take this left foot, bring it outside of the other leg. So just jumping it over the leg. Inhale, we reach the hips up, open the chest into our wild thing. Lowering the hips a little bit, still staying in like a side plank. We bend that top knee in, return both hands down into plank, and bring this bent knee right in front of us, dropping it between our hands and pigeon. So finding your comfort here, finding a nice sensation. Again, thinking about pushing that right hip down to square out the hips. So you can inhale, just sit high here. Or exhale, lower the chest all the way down to the ground. Welcoming a few deep breaths here. Just releasing through the glutes, through the hip. We'll inhale, come back up, planting the hands, tucking the back toes, lifting the hips and straightening through that left leg as it crosses our body. And then returning this left leg back into downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and take another little flow, inhaling into plank, exhaling lower chaturanga. Inhale, pull the chest open, upward dog. And then exhale, release it back into our downward facing dog. Taking a cleansing breath here, inhaling. And exhale, let it go. You can, once again, step or hop your way to the top of the mat, releasing into a forward fold. And then inhaling all the way up to standing arms overhead. Exhale, release. Perfect. From here, we're going to inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, release into a forward fold. So from here, you can bend the knees. We're going to try to move into a crow position. This is an intermediate to advanced position. So no worries if you can't quite master it. You can just work around, try to practice with gaining some strength and balance. So we're going to put our hands down on the ground, bend the elbows, and then our knees are going to come right to the back of our arms here to our biceps. And from here, we're just going to try to move our body forward and lift our feet off the ground. So you can play with it, maybe even just jump a few times, try to get those feet lifted. You can take one leg and then the other. You might just have to play with it. It can be very awkward. You really want to press those shoulder blades away, though, like as if you're doing a cat position. Really press the shoulder blades away. Perfect. We're just going to release out of here and lower our butt all the way down to the ground. Perfect. We're coming into here a half butterfly, extending the right leg out, left knee bent in. We'll inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold over the extended leg. Inhaling back up. We'll take the left foot into our right hand here on our thigh, and we're just going to gently push this knee up and down. Coming to bring the right foot, if you can, into your right elbow. Just see how much you can hug the knee in, and also maybe add some movement side to side. Perfect. We're going to drop the left foot over the right thigh. We'll inhale, reach the arms up, and we'll exhale, just take a twist. You can hug the knee in towards you while you turn to the left, or you can try to take the elbow outside of the knee to make it a little bit of a deeper twist. Really extending straight through the spine here. And we'll exhale, release it forward. We're just going to take this bottom straight leg and bend it, bringing it right underneath of our left knee. We're coming into a Lincoln log box position. So we're trying to stack our shins, pushing this right knee down onto this left foot. It can feel very strong, so no worries if you take a variation here. We're gonna inhale, reach the chest up. Then we're gonna exhale, just roll the chest around our legs here. Do some body circles side to side. Releasing it forward. And then we'll inhale, lift the body back up. We're gonna extend the left leg straight and pull this right knee into our inner thigh as we inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, release into a half butterfly. Inhale, we'll reach it back up. We're gonna take the right foot into our left hand and just kind of add some movement to the hip by lowering and raising this knee. Taking the right foot into the left elbow crease here, hugging the shin. We're gonna see if we can pull the shin in towards us. And maybe add some movement here, going side to side. We're gonna exhale, release the right foot outside of this left thigh. We'll inhale, reach it up. And we're gonna exhale, take a twist. So feel free to hug this knee while you look to the right, or even take the left elbow all the way outside the right knee, twisting a little bit deeper. We'll exhale, release forward. We're gonna take the bottom straight leg again, bend it so that it's coming right underneath of our right knee. Stacking our shins as fast as we can, maybe keeping those feet flexed. We'll inhale, lengthen, and exhale, just start to roll the body side to side over the legs. Coming through center for a moment, and then inhaling back up. We're gonna release the legs here and come right onto a little boat pose. So we're sitting on our hips, our feet, and our legs and body are making a V position, extending your arms out. If you'd like, you could extend the legs straight. Whenever you're ready, we're gonna lower our body into a canoe so that our feet and our shoulders are still lifted, engaging through the body here. Then we're gonna exhale, release it all the way down. Inhaling, stretching the arms overhead. We're gonna walk our feet to the left, walk our shoulders to the left, but keep our hips where they're at. The left hand is gonna grab the right wrist as you pull it, and the right ankle is gonna cross over the left. We're in a banana pose. Coming back through center, walking the feet over to the right this time, crossing that left ankle over the right. And then the right hand is gonna grab the left wrist as we pull the upper body towards the right as well. Trying to keep those hips in the middle. Breathe into the side body. We're gonna inhale, come back through center, hug the knees into the chest, give yourself a little rock side to side. Maybe open the knees, draw some circles with them. From here, we're just gonna grab outside of our thighs and extend our legs straight up. Maybe pull that legs in a little bit closer to you. And then we'll go ahead, bend the knees, grab the outside of the foot as we pull those knees down and open into our happy baby. Maybe just rocking side to side, maybe allowing one heel to fall in, one heel to fall out, adding movements. Taking one more inhale and exhale here, feeling the whole spine on the ground. We'll exhale, release the feet now. We're gonna drop them to the mat, but keep the knees bent, and we're gonna bring the bottoms of the feet together in a Supta Baddha Konasana, our butterfly reclining here. You can bring the arms overhead, or if you'd like to just kind of just gently push on the top of the thighs for a little bit of an extra stretch. Starting to really deepen the breath here, lengthening the breath. And then slowly we're going to bring our arms to our side, palm facing up, releasing the legs, extending them, allowing the feet to flop. Just observing yourself here. We're coming into our final posture, Shavasana, our corpse pose. So before entering this posture, just see if there's any ways you can make yourself more comfortable here. Want to make ourselves as comfortable as possible. Welcoming a nice deep breath into the body and slow exhale out. Allowing yourself to release any effort of the breath, just allowing it to find its own rhythm. Relaxing through the face, through the shoulders, through the fingers and toes. Welcoming your body to come into a complete relaxation. Nothing to worry about, nothing to do. Just be, allow the body to settle and do its thing. You're free to stay longer in the Shavasana. In fact, I totally recommend, and it's a great thing to lengthen your Shavasana. It's the most important part of the practice. I'm just going to go ahead and start moving out and closing up. If you'd like to join me, you could go ahead. So still lying in stillness here, we're going to welcome a nice deep breath into the body, filling the belly, filling the ribs, filling the chest, holding that breath in. And when you're ready, just a slow exhale out, allowing all of the air to release, even kind of pushing your stomach back towards your spine, getting all the air out. Welcoming your regular breath. We're just going to move the fingers, move the toes, wrists and ankles. Inhale, stretching the body nice and long and rolling onto either side. We'll push our way up into a seated position, just coming into the easy seated pose at your own pace. I'm going to go ahead and just close off the practice with one last breath here. Inhaling, arms overhead, and exhaling, prayer to heart center here. Just bowing to yourself, to your light, giving yourself lots of gratitude for showing up and doing something great for you. was awesome, and I really hope to see you again. Thank you. Namaste.
Bye. Namaste.